You've been working for years. Everything's stable, same tasks, decent salary, you're valued. But lately you've been wondering if this job is really for you. Not because something's wrong, but because it doesn't feel right. You're not complaining, you're managing, just completing tasks without interest, without meaning, without the feeling that it's truly yours. Sometimes you catch yourself thinking, if I could switch jobs, I'd go in a different direction. I just don't know which one. And that makes it even harder. Because you don't have the energy to change everything. But staying feels wrong too. Achiever was in the same place. A job, stability, decent money. But one day he realized, I don't enjoy what I do. And I've been doing it out of habit for way too long. He didn't drop everything. But he admitted to himself for the first time, something needs to change. He started small, trying to understand what actually resonates with him. If you feel the same, let's figure it out together. In this video, we will offer you 3 steps to replace random searching with a system. No cliches, just what actually works. Step 1. How to find a clue. Have you ever noticed that the most important answers often hide in what seems obvious? You spend years chasing your calling, taking tests, reading books, but still feel empty. Then one day it hits you. It's been right there all along. You just didn't see it because it felt too simple. Why does that happen? Because we chase what's brilliant or unique, while what's truly ours often looks ordinary. It's what you do effortlessly. The thing you wouldn't even think of charging for. But that's where the key is. The secret is to stop searching for some perfect idea and start looking under your feet. Your calling isn't hidden in the distant future. It's in your habits, your routine, even in how you help people around you. Achiever met up with a friend. Usual evening, regular talk. His friend complains, my money's gone again. I didn't even spend much. Achiever grabs a napkin and sketches a diagram. Look, income, expenses, what's left. This is where your money slips away. 5 minutes, and it's all clear. The friend laughs. Why aren't you turning this into a course? Achiever smiles and feels a quiet joy. This is easy for me. And people need it. That's the paradox. We ignore our strengths because they don't feel worthy of being our life's work. I just help my friends. That's nothing, you think. But that nothing might be your superpower. Ask yourself 2 questions. What do you do so easily you don't even see it as a skill? Example. Achiever didn't realize that explaining money stuff could actually be so useful. For him, it was just talking. Do you enjoy the process? If both answers match, you found your clue. Don't pressure yourself to be a genius. Sometimes your thing is what you're already doing. You just need to stop dismissing it. Picture a girl who loves cooking and plating dishes. For her, it's fun. For others, it's art. She never saw it as a talent until a friend said, you should start a food blog. A year later, she's got 100K followers and advertisers lining up. It all began with the question, what's natural for me, but valuable to others? Same with Achiever. After reflecting, he saw that his just talking actually solves people's problems. But how to turn that into a niche? What if only his friends care about it? And that's where step 2 begins: research. But before we move on, here's your task. Write down 3 things you do effortlessly, with joy, and that help others or solve their problems. The key, it's easy for you, but valuable for others. Step 2, how to check who actually needs your superpower. You found something that comes naturally to you. But how do you know if it's needed beyond your circle of friends? After all, a true calling isn't just a hobby. It has to solve someone's pain, desire, or problem. And this is where many people slip. They either copy others. If it works for them, it'll work for me, or they fall into idealism. I'll just do what I love, and the audience will magically appear. But the truth is that a niche is always a compromise between what you want and what the world needs. Your goal isn't to please everyone. It's to find the people who genuinely benefit from your way of thinking, your method, or your skill. And you don't need deep market research for that. Just ask yourself 2 questions. Who already appreciates what you do? And what's bothering them the most? Those answers are your compass. Even if the audience seems small, they'll become the core of your work. Achiever opens Instagram to ask people what frustrates them most about personal finance. He posts, hey, if you had a magic wand, what's the first financial problem you'd solve? Within an hour, 50 comments. I can't save money, even when my income grows. I hate tracking every penny, but I have to. I'm afraid to invest. What if I lose everything? He highlights the repeating themes and realizes, most people aren't against learning, but they're scared off by complicated terminology. And it seems he knows how to change that. Here's what matters. People rarely say what they want directly, but they'll always describe their pain honestly. Your niche isn't hidden in their dreams. It's in what's stopping them from reaching those dreams. How to apply it. If you see that your audience is afraid of complexity, simplify. If they lack motivation, inspire. If they're lost in information, organize it for them. Your skill is a tool, but to turn it into a real thing, you need to understand exactly what problem it solves. Example, Achiever could explain money stuff in super simple terms. His audience was scared of jargon and charts. So his niche became finance made simple. Not how to become a millionaire, but how to clean up your money mess. That's how positioning is born, not I'm great, but I'll help you fix what's actually bothering you. Picture a guy who loves fixing electronics. He thought it was just a hobby until he asked in a local chat, "What annoys you most about tech repair?" Turned out, people hated repair shops that weren't honest with them. So he launched a channel, Honest Repairs. He showed the process, explained the costs. 6 months later, fully booked for a month ahead. Same with Achiever. He realized his audience isn't financial pros, it's regular people who just want to manage their budget without stress. But how do you know if it will actually work? That's where step 3 begins. Now here's your task. Grab the list of 3 superpowers you wrote after part 1. For each one, ask yourself, who might really need this? Don't aim for millions. Start with the people already around you. Friends, coworkers, followers. Step 3. How to test your idea without quitting your job or going all in. The scariest part of finding your calling is the thought that you'll have to drop everything. But what if I told you that your first steps can happen alongside your current life? No loans, no resignations, no leap into the unknown. The truth is, testing an idea isn't about going all or nothing. It's about small experiments that give you real answers. Do people actually like it? Are they willing to pay for it? If even one experiment works, you'll know which direction to take. If not, you'll save time and energy and find another way. That's not failure. That's valuable data. Achiever decides to test his idea. Instead of quitting his job, he creates a free PDF guide called 7 Mistakes That Make You Lose Money Every Month. Shares it on social media with a caption, "This helped my friends. Maybe it'll help you too?" 3 days later, 120 downloads. 15 DMs saying thanks. Will there be more? 1 comment, "Why is this free? I'd totally pay for it." Here's the key to testing. Start with something that requires minimal resources. Achiever's example. Time, 2 hours to make the guide. Money, $0. He used Canva and Google Docs. Risk, 0. Even if no one downloaded it, he could have just deleted the post. But the results showed. People trust him. And that's the biggest green light to move forward. How to repeat it? Choose a format that works for you. A guide, a post, a mini course, a consultation. Make it specific and useful, not how to get rich, but how to save 30% of your monthly expenses without living on instant noodles. Offer it for free or for a symbolic price. Your goal isn't to sell. It's to get a reaction, to find out whether people actually need this. If yes, that confirms your idea has potential. If not, you've lost nothing, only adjusted your direction. Same with Achiever. His experiment showed people want him to explain finance. They respond. They need it. And they're willing to pay for it. Your task, pick one idea from your list. Create a minimal product, a guide, a post, a checklist, and show it to 10 people. Don't worry about making it perfect. Collect feedback. Conclusion. A calling isn't a final destination you reach once and for all. It's a path where every step is a choice. And the most important thing you can do isn't to succeed, but to stop being afraid of growing gradually. We often imagine that doing meaningful work requires a dramatic beginning, quitting your job, investing all your savings, challenging the world. But the truth is that Achiever didn't give up everything for some illusion of success. The most sustainable projects grow out of small but consistent actions. Your goal right now isn't to make everything perfect. It's to start building, even if it's just 1 hour a day, even if you still have doubts. Remember, doubts aren't your enemy. They're just asking, "Are you sure you want to keep going?" Only you can answer that. 6 months have passed. Achiever now runs a finance blog on Instagram with 10,000 followers. He's hosted 3 paid webinars on the topic how to save money for your dream without stress, received a wave of consultation requests, and is already planning to leave his job. People write to him, "Thank you. I finally started saving for my trip. I used to think finance was boring. You completely changed that for me." He doesn't call himself an expert. He is just doing something that matters and wants to keep going. Notice this. Achiever didn't chase some fantasy of overnight success. He simply started doing what felt right and brought more meaning into his life. How to follow that path. Start small, but stay consistent. Set aside a bit of time and show up regularly. Watch for reactions. What resonates? What actually helps others? Give yourself time. Don't demand instant results. Focus on how what you're building slowly grows. The most important thing, don't compare yourself to someone else's story. Your path is yours. Start now. And if you ever get scared, remember Achiever. He's just like you. He simply decided one day that his small skill might be exactly what someone else needs. Your thing is already close. Reach out and take it. What are your 3 superpowers? Share in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. There's more valuable content coming.